Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals! I'm the ambassador of Cheese and Teas, Miss Mercury Stardust! Today we are going to talk about 3 simple tips to help to make a good number great! First things first, I'm going to give you 3 simple steps, and then I'm going to go in details in each single one of those, and at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you one performer that I think that embodies these ideas to a point. Here are the 3 simple steps: research, taking out the extra, and individuality! Step 1, research. So what does that mean? Well, I want to know exactly what year your costume is supposed to be from. Is it supposed to be 1985? Is it supposed to be from 1954? I want you to get as specific as you possibly can. Everything is about details, details, details to the fine point of your act. Now, the reason why research is so important is that often as performers, we hit a hiccup. We don't know what to do. We're like, oh cool, I got a good 2.5 minutes of a number, but I don't know what to do for the rest of the act. Well, research can help you fill in those gaps. To help demonstrate what I mean, I'm going to talk about a rock star number that I used to perform. This is my Bumblebee costume. This was before I came out as a trans woman, so don't mind the very masculine persona. It might be different, but that beard is real sexy. Woo! And I was having a hard time to know what I was going to do. Well, because I got very specific and said this was a David Lee Roth Bumblebee that was just stumbling itself through the universe and looking how to cross-pollinate
inappropriate jokes with Mercury Stardust.
I was able to go back to my research and pull from those ideas to add more depth to the performance. I picked David Lee Roth and Justin Hawkins from The Darkness because they're both people that are over the top and larger than life, and that's the kind of persona that I wanted to bring to the stage. So I gathered research images like you're seeing here and dove into what their outfits and styles were. And then I spent a lot of time trying to research bumblebees and know as much about them as possible. For an example, did you know the bumblebees dance to communicate? What? And then I took all those ideas and those research images and sketched them onto our fashion corgi. Fashion corgi, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Corgi! We're gonna call it fashion corgi. Aw, look at that fashion corgi. Aw, look at that bow tie. Whenever I was having problems with this act and I didn't know where to go with it, I kept going back to my research to help clean up the act. Step 2, taking out the extra. As burlesque dancers, we always love to add in as much as possible. We love our glitter, we love our rhinestones, we love our ginormous props, we love our martini glasses, we love to get crazy. But sometimes that crazy and that overdone nature works against us when it comes to burlesque. So look back at your act. Is it a 6-minute act? It could be 4 minutes. Can you make every little piece work for you instead of against you? But I love the extra, Mercury! You might be right, stranger who looks just like me but sounds like a little girl. I know that as performers, we always want to do more. That is so true. And there are absolutely times to add to your act. But more often than not, we add too much that weighs down the act, and it makes the act too bulky and sometimes disconnects from the audience. We want the audience to embrace us and engage with us and lose track of everything else around them and just engage with our beautiful sexiness. If you have a peel that isn't working, say maybe your gloves don't come off the right way, or maybe the gloves interfere with you taking off your dress, or maybe you have a button-down shirt and it's hard to do that, find ways to make that one peel a little bit easier for you to be able to go into the next peel. You want to think of your act as a fine-tuned machine. And the more that you make one piece transition into the next piece smoothly, the better and more cohesive your act will be. We want to make sure that we're tantalizing and teasing the audience. If we're spending most of our time focusing on a prop that isn't working, then it's not going to help engage the audience. That brings me to my 3rd point, individuality. Step 3. Individuality. Individuality is what I think of when I think of burlesque. I am a trans woman in burlesque. I am loud and proud and very queer. And because of that, a lot of my numbers demonstrate my personal story. And I think telling your own story on stage is one of the most important things that you can do. If you want to do a story from the 1920s, you do it. If you want to do one from the 1950s, okay. If you want to be a modern burlesque dancer with neo-burlesque, you absolutely do it. But does the story hit you right in the heart? And does it make you get excited to tell that story to the audience? As Tigger, the godfather of boylesque, would say, you gotta f*** him in the heart. And that means you gotta be your most authentic self on stage. Try to find a moment or two in the act where the song slows down and just embrace yourself. Touch yourself. Engage with your own body. And when you do that, the audience is gonna go right into you. The most powerful thing that you can do on a stage when you are mostly nude is be yourself. So embrace that weirdness. Embrace that deeper queer inside you. Embrace all the things that make you an individual. And go for it. Don't let anyone tell you different. So remember these 3 points. Research, taking out the extra, and individuality! Those 3 things will help you so much when you're developing your burlesque act. And this also can go for drag and other alternative styles of performance. So don't get too bogged down on it. I know you're thinking, but Mercury, these are pretty obvious. We always think it's obvious until we are months into an act. And then all of a sudden a brick wall comes up and we don't know what to do. So remember this, no matter what, be yourself and the answers will come. Now, for the moment that you've all been waiting for, who do I think embodies these 3 ideas to a point? And that is, without a doubt, the beautiful Gunn. He does so much research when it comes to his performances. I think of his mating dance as a bird that I've seen at the Burlesque Hall of Fame. I think of his Jabberwocky act. I think of his snake act that he done when he won the King of Boylesque. Ray is also an expert when it comes to taking out the extra. So much that when I was competing for the best of Boylesque at Burlesque Hall of Fame Weekender, Ray contacted me and helped me tremendously to fine-tune my performance to take out all the extra that wasn't working in the act. And most importantly, individuality. When you see a performer come off the stage and you feel like you know who that person is and you feel like you connected to them, that is individuality. Ray is unabashedly him when he is on stage. No matter what act he's doing, he is doing him in the most Ray Gunn way possible. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. Please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell button down below to make sure that you get all the updates. I release videos every Tuesday on Burlesque, and every Friday I release a little bit more about me as a trans woman in the world that we live in. Please like this video and tell all your friends about it. I appreciate all of your help. And remember, everybody is a burlesque body. See ya! Da 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 da. I love to do weird things with my mouth. Well, that was a surefire way to get demonetized. Woo! Never gonna make money on this platform because I'm too sexy and also just too queer. That's what she said. You get it? That's what she said. Sometimes I question my life choices.